Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the left side as the red poles, we have Multimorbed. Spawn on the bottom right side as the green Mongols, we have Konradm87. Oh, maybe it was Konradm87. 87? I have no idea. This music, I haven't heard this music before. I guess something unique to this map. You don't really see this map all too often, do you? The poles, let's go over each player's civilization bonuses now. Of course, the poles, they are cavalry civilization. Villagers gain health regen, starting feudal age. Bulwarks replace the mill, stone miners generate additional gold to their stone, so you can go straight for stone camp mines and get a little bit of gold along with it. Unique tech units is Oblique, armor ripper infantry unit, and winged hussar replaces the hussar technology. Unique tech, the Sakala privileges, knights cost 6 less gold, very nice. And light kick legacy, light cavalry deals trample damage. Team bonuses, scout, light cavalry, and hussars get +1 attack versus archers, so they're better as a counter unit to archers. Very, very nice indeed. The green Mongols, one of the fan favorite civilizations, and the current civilization I play a lot in Age of Empires 4, and I've been trying to get better at playing Age of Empires 4 online. Mongols, cavalry archers fire 25% faster. Light cavalry hussars step lancers get plus 30% hit points. Hunters work 40% faster. Unique unit Magnite is a anti-siege cavalry archer. In Age of Empires 4, they are the cavalry archer that fires while moving. Nomads. Houses do not decrease population headroom. Drill. Siege workshop units will move 50% faster, which actually is quite significant. Teambos. Scout cavalry, light cavalry, and hussars get +2 line sights, so you have really, really good scouts. So you should know where your opponent is at all times. Just look at that scout range. Very good indeed. Let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit. There's a scout there. Green scout's coming on in. There's a bit of a wall there. Green scout will spot a bit of everything. Very, very nice. And now we do have a militia rush being pulled up by the Mongols. And decide in Age of Empires 4, you get early horsemen, which are not really that useful, honestly. They're far too expensive Age of Empires 4. Side note as well, I'm thinking about streaming some Age of Empires 4 and 1v1 games with me playing. Because I want to get better with Age of Empires 4. Enough of that, you guys here for Age of Empires 2. Now we've got the man-at-arms gauging on in, get some great damage to those villagers. He does go ahead and pin that one up to the logs. And this villager will receive a bit of fire as well. It does take out a villager there, very nice. And now do got some good damage there onto this villager as well. Does get some arrows fired against that scout. And now this scout will be falling him back, or maybe not. Do have these man-at-arms advancing forward. And you may hear my drink opening. Sorry about that. I finish off my can of caffeine, now going for the other drink. Man-at-arms still have full health. Scout received a little bit of damage, but overall this is going to be great aggression by the Mongol. Currently he has 23, 24 villagers to 22, so he does have a 2 villager advantage. Very, very nice. We do now have the archer range being pulled on out, as well as a handful of wall segments. Looks like these units are still moving around, not getting any good engagements on in. And he is going to start putting some pressure on the bulwark. These palisade walls have been slightly built, so you can't pass over them. And now the man-at-arms are just going to be a slicing part to this bulwark there. I'm going to just fast forward a little bit. And we've got a handful of scouts being pulled out by red. Trying to engage these man-at-arms there. Man-at-arms do have 6 attack. Scout cavalry has 5 attack. Neither side has armor. Keeping that scout cavalry alive is actually quite important for green. That is, the scout cavalry can do some auto scouting, which can be very nice indeed. I really wish they would make that ability a bit more turn across multiple units, or ability to get it. It's just very nice to have an auto scout. I'm just gonna say it. having auto scout to just do the scouting for you is just nice to have. You now have a couple spearmen deployed out with these men at arms. And more of these spearmen are advancing on forward. You have these scouts now advancing on forward. We do got a handful of spearmen here. And this scout is a little bit wounded. You have a handful of skirmishers here, but these fighting against things that not skirmishers can be very effective. The man arms currently have 1 pierce armor. The skirmishers do not have any. Does not have is a fletching. Green just got his flushing, not red. Let's see if red gets his flushing yet. Looks like not just yet. And so these skirmishers will only do 1 damage per spear against these man-at-arms. Spearmen have no armor, and plus I think skirmishers do a little bit extra bonus damage for spearmen. And we also now have these archers advancing forward, so the skirmishers are going to be very useful. Let's get a good volley there on that villager. 2 good volleys. 3rd partial volley there as well. Got these forces, 9 units, 6 skirmishers, 3 scouts. Trying to get some good arrow hits there. Good to stay on those man-at-arms. Very, very good. Skirmishers are trying to engage these scouts as well. And these scouts will go ahead and fall on back. We've still got these archers and man-at-arms in this region. This man-at-arms could rush on forward, draw some fire for the archers. Remember, the skirmishers do now have their fletching upgrade, and these man-at-arms do not have any pierce armor, additional pierce armor upgrade, so they will receive now 2 damage per spear. And does get a slice there and goes down with a bunch of spears to his back. We got a handful of scouts maybe trying to push his way forward. Over here, we got these spearmen sort of moving around. Does receive a bit of damage there from something. Or maybe they actually, no, they just stabbed the barracks for a brief moment. That was that dun-dun sound, because I'm expecting red at the moment. Let's get the kill there on one of those villagers. We do have this villager now receiving a bit of fire from these archers. Let's take out one of the skirmishers there. Got these other skirmishers advancing forward. Does throw some spears, roll some misses. And oh, one of those looks like the skirmisher trying to go off the map, but he's failing at it. Realizing this is the edge world. This world is not round, but a flat world. And as long as 2 people alive, somebody wants somebody dead. And now that skirmisher's going to be back on off, trying to avoid the spearmen. Bit of fire there from town center as well. As well from some spears. Got these skirmishers advancing down south. Got now a market being pulled out by red. So it's a good number of archers here, but right now the skirmishers too plentiful. He could pull back these archers for defensive reasons. Maybe try to stall out for Castle Wage into crossbowmen and fletching. He does not have Castle Wage on the build queue just yet, but he is storing quite a bit of food up now. You hear a market now deploy down the field. Yes, very nice. No, that was green. Oh no, I have red selected. Red is not currently deploying out anything at the moment. Green has, oh, Castle Age almost fully completed. Soon we'll have Fletching and Bodkin Arrow deployed on out. Red is just stop all villager production, trying to eye for his Castle Age immediately. And now there's going to be a big window for Green to get some good work done for some technology. Primarily again, Crossbowman, Bodkin Arrow. In which we see neither of those. Huh. Interesting. He's going for a whole bunch of step lancers. Is he going to fool his opponent to go for more of a counter of these archers? He sees Castle Age drop. He should expect Bodkin Arrow and Crossbowmen. The fact he doesn't see that makes me believe that he's juking out his opponent with technology? Is that a thing? Is that a feint? But now we've got Steppe Lancers advancing forward. And now the Steppe Lancers, of course, are a good counter to these skirmishers. Palisades walls do complete right there. Doesn't need breakthrough there. Archers now firing some arrows there. Still no Bodkin arrow nor crossbow research. And now there's a massive wave of Steppe Lancers pulled out on the field. Let's see. His opponent's going for Castle Age, of course. But has nothing else to be on the build queue. No military units, no nothing. Steppe Lancers, they have 2 pierced armor at the moment. So these skirmishers will only do 1 damage each. And they're going to be stabbing down that palisade wall and will start stabbing down these skirmishers. And they should do reasonably well. They also have less likely to get bugged out due to pathing issues. The fact that since they have 1 range, they can reach a little bit easier to the target, so you can't sort of dance your units around and or avoid fire. Castle Rage, these Steppe Lancers are pushing forward. Red now has Castle Rage, and he is forcing a panic castle, a very defensive castle. He does not like the fact that there's so many Steppe Lancers here. Let's take out that palisade wall there. These Steppe Lancers are now advancing on forward. And he'll go ahead and get these Steppe Lancers through, trying to get some good hits there on these villagers. He does get this castle built. And so now Red has a good solid point there. I do love how circled this area is, but it's also a really small circle, which is going to pose a bit of a problem. He is going for a town center here. The foray here still can be collected. Has only 1 full work, or no, there's 2 full works here. And right now, Red does have less villagers, 49 to 42, which is very important. Does get a second castle immediately deployed out as well. Arena's also deployed out a handful of camels to engage his opponent. Remember, the Poles are more of a cavalry civilization, so these camels can be quite reasonable. Can he get heavy camels? I'm not sure what the Mongols can deploy out. You can get heavy camels. It's actually not a lot of civilization can get camels, but not heavy camels. Though I could be mistaken about that entirely, though, so don't listen to me. So we got a Steppe Lancer camel force being pulled out. We've got some oblique. The Steppe Lancer should do reasonably well. The obliques don't have a whole lot of armor from the rip, so their effects are going to be very minimal. Of the fact that they are very quick units to build. Bulwark looks like will go down. Will allow the Steppe Lancers to start pillaging, doing what the Mongols do best. And there we go. Bulwark's now down. He's starting advancing forward, trying to get some good damage on these forces. Obliques are going to quickly get overwhelmed by all these Steppe Lancers. These obliques starting to get healed on up. This farm is out of wood, so Red is low on wood, low on food, has plenty of gold, and now we've got cavalry archers being put up by green. Stable now receiving some fire from these Steppe Lancers. I hear a monk trying to go for conversion. Oh, that's just a camel there. I don't know why it seemed like it was a weird movement there. Red is sort of just pinned here at the moment. He's trying to go for more housing walls. A small little pile of stone prevents horses from walking over it. They're not goats. How he even got a couple stone walls here. Now the Steppe Lancer is breaking through. Does get some monks here. He may get one conversion off. I'm not sure what got converted. It was a Steppe Lancer right here, but he will be stabbed for his heresy. And now the Steppe Lancer are now pushing on the end, getting some great damage here. This town center of Swally is going to be completely full. Now Steppe Lancers are pushing way forward. He does have to avoid the castle there. He doesn't have anything to deal with the castle just yet, other than point-blank melee range, which actually can be reasonably effective. Town center's arrows now firing all around. Steppe Lancers only have 2 pierce armor. They can't exactly withstand a lot of town center arrows, let alone castle arrows. But now, remember, there's so many villagers inside these town centers. He's not collecting a lot of resources. In fact, he is still lacking food. He is not building a lot of villagers whatsoever. He does have a bit of a small queue going on, so he's not losing villager count just yet, but He's at 52, his opponent's at 81. I was trying to repair that wall. We do have, looks like these Steplancers trying to push away forward. They can't stab through trees. Now we've got some cavalry archers advancing forward as well. We've got these cavalry archers getting some hits there. Obelisk getting some swipes onto these cavalry archers, but they haven't. Oh, I don't think they actually have any armor from them to actually rip off. Go to this one here that's definitely not receiving Obelisk fire. Yep, they add 0/0 armor at the moment. So they receive quite a bit of damage, as well as bonus damage, and that one does get double shotted collateral damage from the town center. Okay, that's the wrong game for that. Let's go and throw the skirmishers and all the villagers there. Steplancers are just standing there menacingly. And right now the game's in Green's hand. He's doing a great job. Monk does get a conversion there. And he gets the higher health cavalry archer as well, so may kill off his buddy. That's where you get Bloodda. That was a stupid joke. That's from the Mongol campaign. Oh, and Green's archers are actually still alive. The ones I mentioned beforehand that could have been a distraction from the Steplancer play. It was a really small distraction. Don't think it's really prepared all too well for the crossbow force, so it wasn't exactly that great of a distraction. It does claim itself a camel. A funny looking horse. And now we've got this castle being put on the high ground. Should be able to get some great damage there. Castle's been built. I never really liked the Mongol art style. They use the Chinese art style, which I suppose they did conquer China, but they're not really based in China. We do have another lumber camp being built, and does go and start claiming all that wood. We got all these Steplancers here. This has 11 Steplancers. A couple of them are quite wounded. Could throw them inside the castle for some healing. One of these days, people are actually going to do that. And now we have the walls being reinforced with stone, which are much more sturdier than houses. You have now another council being put up by the Mongols. Red is building a single line of villagers. He does have a bit of food there. He may be eyeing for Imperial Age at this moment. His opponent is going for Imperial Age now. The game is in Green's hands right now. Red could go for trebuchets once he gets his own pure age, but he's pretty far from that. So right now, Green will have to use his potential trebuchets to deal with his opponent. We also got ballistics here. He may be eyeing for some Magadai and or cavalry archers. And these archers have an upgraded bodkin arrow, just no crossbows. I sort of find that amusing. He has bodkin arrow, but no crossbows. It's just weird. Is that weird? I think that's weird. By the way, we do got now the Steplancers advancing on forward. Cavalry Rider doesn't get any slices there, but does claim himself a free Steplancer. Castle's still firing away, but not hitting anything too important. That lumber camp's not that useful. In fact, it'll probably be worse if he starts harvesting more lumber there, because that'll leave him a big hole for him to cover. Of course, there is a hole here. We do now have, looks like the light cavalry upgrade being deployed out by Green. Let's see what Red's going for. He's Imperial Age now, as with a couple villagers queued up after it. Red still has a severely lack of villagers, 60 to 115. Green's going to just have to take time to crackle his opponent. He can go nice and slow. Gaunt's for trebuchets is a nice, good option. Let's see. Lithuanians can get bombard cannons, as well as siege engineers. The Mongols cannot get bombard cannons, but can get siege engineers. Bombard. Why I'm putting emphasis on bombard cannons is so Red can pull out some bombards to take on these trebuchets once he gets to the next age, and then research chemistry. Oh, that's not going to be a long. That's going to take a long time. Campbell starts charging and trying to gauge that light cavalry there. We've got these Steplancers facing forward. The Oblique is now pushing way forward. The Oblique will quickly rip apart the armor of those Steplancers, no problem. And now we've got the Red Trebuchet Red's castle getting hit significantly by Green's trebuchet. Green's going for another castle here. Got Red's going for a castle right next to it, trying to wall off the little region there with a house, and will finish off that wall off of a palisade wall. We of course can't go around. The house now producing quite a bit of fire there. Green will get his castle up. Got the town center firing some arrows as well. Got some now Magan dies now put on the field as well. Green's starting to overwhelm these various oblique right there. And Red's castle is not fully built and far from being complete. Green's castle's getting some great damage there, quickly ripping apart all those villagers, and Red does back out the game now. This is Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.